Hey guys, what is up? It is me, RevertReaction, and today I am very, very excited to bring you a video that I really wasn't even planning on making because, well, I kind of lucked into this. It's 2:30 in the morning now when I'm recording this video. I just got done playing Octagon with Eddie St Hilaire and Coopzilla, who Coopzilla was actually the person I was playing with, and Eddie St Hilaire from PPG Pro Team. Great dude, by the way. He joined in, and we ended up playing Octagon for an hour and a half together. And so I got him to agree. You know, I asked him, hey, can I record this game of us? This is my set 4 deck up to this point with it's really just all that's in it's Time Control Corona, which replaces the Energy Majin Boos from set 1, and the Intensifying Power Trunks, which replaces the Kabas, but I haven't finished tweaking it because I really like the Kaba Double Strikes being in there, but the crit with the Intensing, anyway, that's for a different video. So, yeah, so I just got done playing with Eddie St Hilaire, and I asked him, I was like, hey, can I record this video? And he was like, yeah, no problem. Awesome. It was a fantastic game. I'm not going to spoil it, but Eddie definitely deserves his chops for being on PPG. I've met him at the Indianapolis Regionals. Super nice guy. Despite how intimidating his playmat is, he is super awesome. And it just kind of shows it like this. He's you know, getting on Octagon late at night, playing with people. Coopzilla and I were both running Vegeta decks, and he was telling Coopzilla kind of what he was doing wrong, what I was doing wrong. There's a play in this where it could have gone either way. I combo all the way out of one of his attacks, and he goes, well, it's good because if you didn't do that, I was going to kill you this turn, but it's bad because I only had one card in life, or one card in hand after that, so I couldn't beat him next turn. So stuff like that, just a really, really awesome dude. And yeah, this game's just so good. I've been having a lot of luck with this Vegeta deck, obviously without the set 4 cards in it. But I went to my locals on this past Thursday, went undefeated, and then I actually have a local tournament tomorrow that after I make and post this video, I will be going to bed so I can play in that and do proper. So, you know, because who needs sleep? What is sleep for a Dragonball player? So, yeah, again, I'll probably say this 3 more times during the video, but thank you, Mr. Eddie St Hilaire, for 1, being on Octagon, and 2, for allowing me to record our match. It really was. It turned out to be a fantastic match. He didn't just spank me, and I didn't spank him, so it turned out to be a great mirror match. And I actually asked him to play the mirror match. He was either going to play Vegeta or Mass Saiyan, and I was like, please play Vegeta. I want the mirror match. If I do good against Eddie's Vegeta, the only other person that I might lose to would be Marcel Russell, because, well, he is also, those two are the OG Vegeta players. And I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody. Alejandro Mena from PPG may also be an OG Vegeta player, but these two are like die-hard, make it work as much as possible. And actually my list is a tweaked version of Marcel Russell's. So I took Marcel Russell's Vegeta deck list from his regionals that he got top 8 in both of them, and I believe he won one of them. I took it, I swapped some cards out and tweaked it, because my whole thing on net decking is you can net deck it, but every deck's different. Like that deck Marcel Russell built was built for him. So you have to add a few things to play towards your play style. So like if you net deck a deck, that's fine. You can go to a local with it and you play it. The only deck I really had a problem with being net decked was Mecha Apes, because it played itself. That was kind of the only thing. Mecha Apes played itself, so I was like, why are you net decking? But like other decks, it's fine, you know, because then I'll see, okay, I really don't play this card, swap it out. Like there's the Bodyguard Gohan, the one that when you combo, if your leader's blue, you play it. I really don't use him that much, so he doesn't, like, there's 3 of them in Marcel Russell's deck list, and I don't use them unless it's like I use them to charge, and in rare situations I'll play him. If I'm playing against like a Cell, I'll play it. just so I get an additional threat on the board. But that's about it. I really don't play them all that often. And I apologize for a little grunting. It's late. I actually haven't spoke in about 2.5 hours after I left my buddy's house, so my mouth's all blah blah blah. And I'm actually gonna cough to help that real quick. So 1 second. Okay, did you miss me? That didn't help one bit, but I did cough. So yeah, it was really kind of a weird matchup. Um, I was drawing, not like it would have made any difference. Eddie's a very talented player, but out of all the games that I played as Vegeta tonight, I didn't get a single turn 1 double strike Champa. And what I mean by that is, first turn for Vegeta normally is like your opponent goes first, and you go first, you draw a card, and then you swing and double strike Champa them while they only have 5 cards in hand. So they have to take the 2 life, and you combo it up to like your leader being 25, so you do a Champa and then a 5k, so they're at 25. So if your opponent wants to get out of it without negating it, obviously, they can negate it, and then you keep your Champa. But otherwise, they're dumping cards out of their hand, and it's just like, oh, like this, right here, bam. I wanted to hit him for this double strike because he was at 5, and I was going to send him to 3. And, yeah. Man, this game, I'm surprised, actually. So, like, the video is only 15 minutes long. And realistically, that's not even that long of a game. But with it being 2 Vegeta players, I was expecting this to be over. Like, for example, I was at my Thursday regionals, Thursday locals, and we finished both our games. It was 2 Vegeta players, me and another, and our games were over in like 15 minutes for both of them. Like, the people sitting next to us were on their turn 4 when we finished our second game. Granted, there was a lot more thinking going into this. Eddie didn't want to lose, period, or to some scrub he met on OCTGN while he's recording. And I didn't want to look like a pushover to Eddie because I didn't want, Eddie to come in and backhand me with his Vegeta blue hair and just go, fuck you. So I was like, okay, cool. So we were both thinking a lot, trying a lot. We were also talking a lot because, I wasn't necessarily fanboying because I got the fanboying out at the Indianapolis Regionals when I met him. It was actually a really funny story, and it kind of goes back to the pun I made earlier is, before I met him, he's walking around with the PPG team. You always see their photos, his playmat, which, is like, I'm the captain now. He kind of came off kind of as a jerk to me, like kind of like this pompous person. And, so I talked to, seated next to Alejandro Mena, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I really am. And we talked, and he was super awesome. And I asked him, I was like, what do you think of Eddie? And he's like, oh, Eddie's awesome. I was like, really? He does not hit me as the awesome type. He hits me as kind of like this, by the way, is the thing I comboed out of. So I was like, he kind of hits me. And he's like, no, go talk to him. He's awesome. I was like, okay, cool. And so I go talk to him, and he's awesome right off the bat, immediately nice. And I go, this is about the 3rd sentence into our conversation. I was like, look, Eddie, I just have to apologize to you. And he goes, for what? I was like, before I walked over here, I thought you were a giant POS, and I thought you were, like, pompous. And he's like, but I was like, but you're not. So I just wanted to apologize ahead of time, just so you knew. And it kind of threw him off, and it was awesome. And actually, when I was talking to him, right when he first got in, he remembered me because our conversation was so interesting with me apologizing him for calling him something that he had no idea about. So, don't judge a book by their playmat. Don't judge a player by their playmat. That's the story. That is the lesson of the story. If I can talk this late at night. I used to be able to do this stuff all the time. I used to be able to be like, yeah, 2:30 in the morning. Well, it's almost 3 now. I used to be able to do this stuff all the time. Not so much. I'm old now. I'm 22. Yikes. But anyway, so I combo out. And, he's telling me right there in that paragraph, he's like, yeah, but I have no reason to attack you. You're at 5 life. So here was kind of like my big make or break moment. He was at 2 life. He went down to 2 life to try and double strike crit me. So all I had to do was draw cards and win with him having 11 cards in hand. Kind of daunting because, if he was able to, almost one turn kill me, I can imagine he would have done the same. Well, I don't know. He may not have had another Champa. But, we're kind of talking about it. I asked him, I was like, I don't know if that was smart or dumb. I think it was smart. And he was kind of talking to me. So, and here comes the biggest, luckiest turn of my life that just makes this game. You can see where this is going off my draw. Just so he's showing me that he has just stuff out the wazoo, and I'm like, okay, cuckoo. And you're gonna see some lucky BS. So I wanted to get this out of the way just on the off chance that I somehow drew too many cards. So then I took a life. I awakened. I took another. I was trying to give myself as many cards as possible because I got a miraculous comeback Gohan, and then I got the Champa, and I have a Sensu Bean in hand. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I mean, this was interesting. So I attack, and then I draw a card. Boost attack Piccolo. I was like, oh my god, the luck here. So I just went from having a red Gohan, or Goten, to getting a miraculous comeback on the field, to getting a Champa, which can potentially make the difference. So here I go, bam, draw a card. Another boost attack Piccolo. I mean, at this point, Eddie was like, what the hell? And I don't blame him. So, and then here I was like trying to reorganize my stuff because my little corner where I normally combo stuff was getting cramped. And luckily Eddie was cool. I tapped the blue to play that Goku and didn't play it. So here in a second I'm like, hey, by the way, this was up, and I tapped it for the Goku and it didn't, And he was like 50, like thinking I was done, and I'm like, nah, bruh, I got more. So here's what I'm like, hey, by the way, this was tapped for this card, And by the way, I was at one card at the beginning of this turn, and he only has 2 life. So I still get to draw a card, which I'm getting ready to whenever I'm done chit-chatting with Eddie. I was waiting for him to say good. I asked him good. He said KK. So I drew a card and put 15k more on it. I ended up getting it up to 75k double strike. Now just look how insane this is. I have went from 1 card to a 75k double strike with taking 2 life, awakening, getting lucky draws. Like, oh my god. I pretty much got the boost attack Piccolo into a boost attack Piccolo to the Goku is what I got. And it just worked. And by the way, I still have the and the guy I just had his name in my head. I said it at the beginning of the video. Coop. Coop was like, good lord. Yeah, Coopzilla. Coopzilla was like, good lord. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I did that. And then, I'll just kind of let you see how this plays out. Surprise, surprise, he gets out of it. But what I was hoping would happen was that afterwards, he would no longer have the ability. Well, he played the Sensu, would put him at 20, and he had 1 energy left. So I was like, man, I'm hoping he doesn't run any extra cards, so I was hoping like he had extra cards, but he didn't. Because I was like, man, I'd love to be able to just swing miraculous comeback, but it ended up not happening. So after he comboed out of this, you'll see I swing with miraculous comeback, and then he combos out. But that turn right there is the luckiest turn, and if I wasn't playing against Eddie, who keeps his hands so freaking big, I mean, my goodness. So right there, he matched me, and he needed 5 more. And he's going to get it. I'm talking ahead because literally this play takes like 3 minutes because of the shenanigans that happens. So yeah. It was such a good game. I'm so happy I got to play against him, and you know, I feel like me doing this well, granted it was lucky draws at the end, but me doing this well against Eddie proves my Vegeta deck isn't poop. So yeah, Vegeta's at 20. I go, okay, miraculous comeback, 25k double strike, and obviously I have nothing to combo. And I'm like, cool. Bam. Okay, GG. And that's it. And for the little bit afterwards, we're going through our life, and I'm like, okay. And he's showing. I was already like, I lost. GG. And then I check my life and see that I got a Planet M2, and he was just showing me that he. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, and I'll catch you later. Peace.